Okay. So we have stopped with the various kinds of defect management process. Now, the next important one for us is report writing. So we know that every time whenever we finished our documentation of, when we finished our project, the documentation of the particular project is very, very important for us. So why it is important for us? Because that one will speak everything about our project or the software. Similarly, here also, after every stages, we have to write a report. So after defecting it or after finding out the defect, solving it, fixing it, we have to write a report on the defect. So reporting defect, defect report. It is a document that identifies and describes a defect found by the tester. The purpose of the defect, the purpose of the defect is to state the problem as clear as possible so that the developer team will replicate. What do you mean by replicate? See, when there is a communication between the tester and the developer, there is an intermediate person in between. So if that intermediate person is not telling about the clarity or the clearance of the defect properly to the developing team, then the developer team cannot fix it. So what he has to do, he has to communicate properly. Instead of having this verbal communication between the two persons, they can have a document with them so that that will solve n number of problems. So when the developing team reads the defect, whatever he's read, whatever is being written in the document, he has to reproduce or he has to tell that this is the defect actually the tester team has been reported. So, and fix it. For that to make easy, we have the report to be written. So generally the report looks like this. One example format of a report. Maybe it's too packed, but this is the report. So for every stages, you will have an ID, unique ID, project name, project ID, project name, product ID, product name, version of release, which version. Let's say if the project name is XYZ. So XYZ.1, XYZ.2, what is the release? Then it talks about the various modules. Which module was defected, detected a defect. Then detected build version. First time when you build, it will be 1. Same defect is still not been rectified. Then second time, third time. Summary of the report. Total description about the report. Summary is in few words. This is about the description about what methodology we used, how did we really do it, and all that. Step by step. Actual result. Expected result. Attachments. That means, what is this? Attachments means we have taken some, if we have taken an error, for usually when you're reporting an error from your mobile, when let us say you're reporting an error about the website, not able to add the item in the cart, then you will take a photo clip or screenshot and send it to them, yes or no. So like that, you will be taking some attachments, some recordings, some logs, some call records, everything you will have and attach to that particular defect. Remark about it, whether it has been what is the status. Then defect survivability. You remember we learned critical, high, moderate, low, S1, S2, S3, S4, that ranging. Priority, P1, P2, P3, P4. Reported by, who is the person who has found the defect. Assigned to, which developing person is been assigned to. What is the status? Whether it is opened, whether it is closed, whether it is reported, it is opened, whether it is fixed, postponed, and so on. Then finally, what is the version after fixing the error? That is the last version. So this all will be forming a particular report. But this is just a layout of the report format. If you're writing for a particular defect, these are the errors that can be found out. Sorry, this is how we are going to write the report for each and every defect that we are finding it in the software. Next, what is the efficiency? We know we are going to write this, but efficient of writing, it should be specific, because efficiency only will tell, for example, we are writing one report, then we are not able to understand. We are unnecessarily going to read it 10 times, which is waste of time, waste of not understanding. Then again, we have to call that particular person and tell the report is not right ready. So before that itself, we have to make a report that is very efficient for us. And it is the stage of you people to write a very good report now in 7th semester and 8th semester. So be ready for all that. Next, specific. It should be specifying the exact job. For example, you may say, generalize the financial report. Instead of saying generalizing the generate the financial report, you can say go to the report page, select finance report, generate, click on generate. So this is how this will be generalized one. Generate the report. Some people does not know how to generate the report. So instead of saying like that to generate the report, you can say it in specific process. 3 steps. Go to the report page, select financial report, and then generate. So this will speak about the process, what exactly you have to report. This 1 3-word statement will not tell us the clarity, but this will tell us the whole process. Next, this can also happen in multiple cases. For example, do not say something like this. If you want to do X and A and B, A and X, or B or Y and C and get D, you get D. A or B, A or X, B or Y, C or Z. If you do, then you will get D. Many things we can tell. Many things we can assume in this. We can do this, AB, then you'll get D. Many misinterruptions can also happen in this. Instead of saying like that, you can say, do A and X and get D. And then continue by saying, D can also be got if you do B and Y or C and Z. This is very explicit. This is not understood properly. So you do A and X, we'll get D. Even if to get D, you can do the second one and the third one also. If not, this third example will tell you very nicely. See, in application A, open X, Y, and Z, and then close it. Which to close? Should we close X? Should we close Y? Should we close the application? What to close? We can take it in any ways. So we can actually say it has, what does it stands for? Should we close X? Should we close Y? Should we close X, Z, or should we close the application? So it is not clear for us. So we should have a very prescribed, specifically told what we are going to do. Is it clear? Next, detailed. Provide more information. In other words, do not be lazy. Developer may or may not be use of all the information that you're providing, but make sure that you do not want to beg what exact information you want. It would have been missed. So kindly write the detailed information wherever required in description, not in wherever unnecessary places. Okay, prescribed means it should be confessed. That means consist. Be objective. Avoid emotions. There should not be any emotions and all. Reproduce. Whatever you tell in the report that this is the defect, when the tester is testing the product, he would have let us say he's found out one error called as XYZ. Okay. And that XYZ is being reported to the developing team. Now the developing team has to see whether that is a particular that is a defect or no. So what happens? He tries to reproduce the defect. He has, when he's reading the report, he has to read it, and the same defect has to be reproduced again in that particular product. So you should write a document in such a way that he has to reproduce the same defect again. If you can't, if you can't replicate it again, try recalling the exact test conditions and write it properly. Review the report. Do not hit submit as soon as you repeat. At least review it once more and remove all the tempo errors, typo errors, formatting errors, and etc. So this is about your report writing. So when they ask you write a detailed report writing with an illustration, you should write what is report, summary of it, how efficient the report has to be. So these things has to be told properly. Understanding, students? Anyone in the class? Okay. The last one for today is defect analysis. Defect analysis is one. Not only we are going to analyze the defect for the success of the product. We have to analyze whether the product is having zero defects. Is it working for all kind of inputs? How many number of process, how many times of replicating was done? How many times reproducing of the defect has happened? The history of it, the team involved in it, everything put together is called as defect analysis. Defect analysis also takes part not only for finding out all these, but also helps us to see the root cause of it. What is the root cause of the defect that we have found? Why it is arised? Will it arise it again? Will it arise? What is the period of this defect age? Defect age. What do you say is defect age? What is the period of this? So from the starting of discovery till we close the file, till we close this, that period in between is called as defect age. From the time we discover the defect till we close the defect is called as defect age. So how long it can be? The knowledge of the defect in detail is called the defect analysis. So defect analysis, if you just see, for example, I have given in one defect, for example, unable to download is the most very frequently coming across the defect in the web pages. Very frequent one. Next, cannot find the file. This is also one more. Open or as read only. That is also one more defect we usually find across. And then cannot change background. Cannot open the file. Found a bug. Cannot save the changes. Cannot have Excel. Cannot work with an open office. All these are kind of errors that is being found when we are openly finding it on the open space of web, internet, when we are doing it in the web. To solve all this, there are n number of techniques. There are n number of techniques. And one of those techniques that we are going to see in detail from tomorrow's classes, fishbone technique. Fishbone technique, which is the most efficient tool to analyze, we can tell the root cause of to analyze the defect. What we are learning is defect analysis. So one of the process how we can find out the defect analysis is the fishbone technique. Fishbone is a very efficient one. As we can see that picture, it will be telling us, one side it will tell us the various causes of the defect, and what is the effect of the defect is the other side. So if you just see, It will tell who are the people involved, what is the methodologies involved, what is the measurements, or what is the required measures that we have taken. Then what mission, that is the cause, which mission gave us. For example, coffee mission is broken if it is a coffee mission. Lack of communication of the people if it's from the people side. Lack of planning, methodologies, planning was not done properly, it can be. Measurements, the objectives, the goals was not listed properly. So that can be the measurements, how we are going to be. Then poor connectivity, mission, slow computer, mission, those can be the causes. Then environment, office is very far, office is very cold, noisy pollution, noise behind the surface. We say online classes, when you open to you speak to me, we say noisy area. So such things will happen for the cause of environment. Then materials, pen out of stock. When you're planning to write, there'll be no stock. So there can be various reasons for this. What is the effect of all this? So one side you'll write the cause, the other side you'll write the effect. If you just see, it will be like one fish bone. So that's why this is called as a fishbone technique, to analyze the process of defect. So this process in detail we are going to see in our next class. So the fishbone technique is where gives you the cause of the root cause of the process. Oh, sorry, defect. It will tell you the root cause of the defect of the defect which is being discovered. So this tells you what is actually it is. Identifying an initial step, next analyzing by the tester, then finding out the main root cause. Then after root cause is being found out, then we take the actions to rectify that particular analysis test or the defect. Then total, after all this successful, then we say whether it has been valid or invalid. So this analysis process will tell you fully about the process of this one. Next is advantage. What is its advantage? While analyzing, the quality and the productivity of the process increases, because we start analyzing step by step. Slow. See, doing the process, fixing the error, defect management process is different. That it is a mandatory one for us to fix the errors. But analysis process is, after doing all this, we are trying to analyze what we have done. Like for example, we take a human, the whole day you spend, maybe you'll spend 5 minutes to check out what we did the whole day. You will analyze the whole day. That is called as analysis. So how we are, so analyzing it, tomorrow might be a better day for you. Because, okay, we did this mistake today, tomorrow we should not do the same thing. You might analyze it. So analyze should always be there. So quality might increase. We might prevent that same impact on the next day. We reduce the reoccurrence of the same thing. It might be a better communication. What we have done a mistake, we may not communicate that tomorrow. So overall, the development cycle also will develop for us in an improved version. So this is the impact of the defect analysis process and advantage. So what it is, some examples, how the process is carried on, and advantage of defect analysis. So these things are to be is being completed today. So we saw first one today with a defect cycle, life cycle. Next we saw the process, the defect process with 6 stages. We saw the 6 stages defect process: the discovery, the categorization, the resolving, the verification, closure, and the report. Then when we say about the report, then we saw an example of the report, the efficiency of the report. Then we saw the analysis. So till here we will do it. Tomorrow we will see in detail about the fishbone process. Tomorrow we may have 2 classes because it's a full day. Saturday followed with 2 Saturdays. So both the Saturdays we have first hour. So first hour also will be there, and afternoon first hour also will be having same STA only. So prepare and come. And people who are coming for the lab,